Hey YouTube, it's numismatics back with you again for part 2 of the video about what coins are in the sweet spot. Are your coins there in the sweet spot? If you haven't seen the previous video on what the sweet spot actually means, then please go ahead and watch that one first. I'll put a link just here above in the corner. So let's take a look at 12 specific coins and ask, are those coins in the sweet spot? If not, why not? And where are they? What do we know about the first coin? Well, it's an 1826 proof sovereign. So it's a valuable coin. It's a rare coin, but is it in the sweet spot? Well, if you had one of these coins and you wanted to sell it, then would there be a demand? Well, the answer is absolutely yes, but because it's quite a high price coin, the demand would be on a worldwide basis. So the best way of selling this type of coin is an international auction, a catalogue auction, a worldwide marketplace. And so what I would say with this is it is potentially in a sweet spot, but it's not mainstream. So if you have one of these, difficult to sell, possibly take a long time, possibly a little bit outside of what would normally understand by a sweet spot. With the previous coin categorized by tons of buyer interest every time one comes up, this coin is a much more specialist coin. Is it desirable? Yes, it's an 1826 quarter of a penny, a farthing, in one of the highest grades imaginable for this coin, a proof 65. Is it in the sweet spot? I would say no, it's another one of those coins that is a little bit off beam in terms of the sweet spot. Lots of people would like this coin and will pay a good price for this kind of coin, but it's not one that if you put it for sale, you'll immediately sell it straight away with pretty much no advertising. It really belongs in a specialist auction, sold through a specialist Facebook group. It's only a fairly small group of buyers who might be interested in this coin. If it went to auction, there would probably be a reasonable price, but not a great deal of bidding going on for one of those coins. Coin number 3, another very beautiful coin, very interesting coin, very numismatic kind of coin, 1831. This is a regular sixpence in mint state 64 plus, great grade, very beautiful coin, lots of interest from a historical perspective. Is it a coin which is in the sweet spot? I think as we discussed the sweet spot the other day and as it was identified, the answer is no, it's another specialist coin, not in the sweet spot. If you wanted to buy a coin that was going to be very easily traded at a good price with lots of buying interest, this would not be the kind of coin that you would go for, but the buying interest amongst a certain group of people for this coin would be extremely strong. So this would be a pretty good coin to keep for the medium to long term, but it's not a coin that necessarily is in what we would understand to be a sweet spot. The next coin is interesting because it's a very specialist coin. It is in a sweet spot relating to a smaller number of collectors who collect this type of coin. 1866, third of a farthing, proof coin. Very few of these coins exist on the planet, and so when one of these goes up for sale, there is quite considerable interest. It might be a coin that is a slightly lengthier sell if you need to sell one of these coins, and very beautiful coin. I would say it's in a limited sweet spot, but it's not going to have 100 buyers clamoring after it if it goes up for auction, and you probably wouldn't necessarily want to start this on a low-cost auction if it was put up for sale. It's one that needs a little bit of research, and so maybe sweet spot or slightly out the sweet spot. This coin is a more modern coin. Some more modern coins, people might say, are more in the sweet spot than older coins, because particularly gold coins. So this one is in the sweet spot because it is a gold coin based on bullion value. However, it's not a coin that a lot of people are prepared to pay a massive premium for. So when you come to sell this kind of coin, I think you have a number of choices. You've got a quick sale at spot plus a percentage, or you can hang out for a collector. I'd say this coin is in the sweet spot because it's a Proof 70 Ultra Cameo coin, pretty attractive, not many of these around, and the kind of coin that a lot of people can relate to, and more easily saleable than some of the coins that have gone before in this video. This next one is also a modern coin, but it is very different. Very, very different. Could not be more different in many ways. This is a limited edition coin, official China medal, really, rather than a coin, featuring the panda, and only 200 of these produced. This one looks like it's a goldy colour, but actually is made of brass, so that limits its desirability. For those in the know, this is a highly desirable coin, and it's not a coin you'd necessarily have a problem selling, but finding the buyer willing to pay what the market price of this coin should be can be more difficult. I think it's a really interesting coin, very beautiful coin, and I would say well out of what we would normally understand to be the sweet spot and quite specialised. Very nice though. When you're spending your hard-earned cash on a coin from the Royal Mint, quality is absolutely critical, and that's why you should be buying your next modern coin from the Coin Connection. Use special code Bonnie at checkout for 2% off all of your purchases. Let's take a look at this next one. It's a silver coin. It's a 1 ounce format, 2016. It's a China medal celebrating the Moon Festival. Very popular in 2016 when it came out. Is it in the sweet spot? Well, I think it's a very attractive coin. There would certainly be people who wanted to buy this coin and were very interested, but I think it's a little bit off beam in terms of the sweet spot. It's not the kind of thing that if you saw one of these, you'd have to rush to buy it because otherwise somebody else would buy it. It's one that is part of a panda collection, perhaps. A lot of people like panda coins, but is it something which is going to get people truly excited? I would think probably not, although it's one of those that has a high level of interest as well. Here's another coin which maybe is a little bit off beam. Not necessarily a bad thing. Does it hit the sweet spot? I think that only for a very small number of buyers who know about this coin. I think the problem with this type of coin is it's so specialised that few people know that it even exists. This particular antique version of the 2017 Rooster Panda Lunar series, 99 of these coins were produced. They're absolutely beautiful. They've got the folk rooster on one side and the panda and the Great Wall on the other side. There's the antique version with 99, I think 299 for the silver proof. Is it in the sweet spot? I'd say no, it can't really be, because not enough people would know that it's even something worth buying or what it is. But for the few that know, every time one of these goes up for sale, there's quite a lot of interest. The next one you'll all recognise, the 2017 regular proof sovereign with the garter pattern. Is this coin in the sweet spot? I would say absolutely this coin is right at the centre of the sweet spot. Every time one of these comes up for sale on an auction, there are buyers scrabbling to get bids in to buy one of these. Nobody really wants to pay over the odds for one of these, but everybody wants them. So it's the kind of coin that is definitely in the sweet spot because it will be incredibly easy to sell, but it may or may not be very easy to sell at a high price really depends on what you're asking for it and what you bought it for, but it's one of those that has a level of interest. So I think, yeah, right in the middle of the sweet spot, that one, and one that is pretty safe to own if you're buying coins with a view to selling them at some stage. 12 coins for Christmas, and this is number 12. Um, Favourite over the last couple of years, the gold 50p piece, limited edition, Royal Mint coin, proof 70, Stephen Hawking, the black hole. Is this in the sweet spot? I would say a very firm yes on this. It's trendy for gold 50p pieces. The mintage is pretty low. There's a good history of these selling for pretty high prices on eBay. I would think this is not a bad buy. Nice low mintage gold 50p piece in the sweet spot. People understand these kind of coins, and there is a lot of buyers for these kind of coins. When one goes on sale, there are lots of people bidding for these coins normally, depending on whether they are low start auctions or somebody is putting a chances high price on one of these coins, in which case the level of interest tapers off. Some people have said to me, well, we're not flippers, we're collectors, we're not really interested in buying coins for sale. I totally understand that. I'm totally with it. Absolutely. However, the point that I've been trying to make to people is that collectors love to collect. They always like to have new coins in their collections. And quite often you need to actually sell coins that you currently have in order to make space for those new coins. And therefore having an eye on the market and the sweet spot has got to be a good thing if you don't want to end up with coins that are basically unsaleable. And maybe we'll make another video specifically on the kind of coins you might get suckered into buying that prove unsaleable as well.